Yo, what's up, good people? It's Final Fantasy homie Jay. It's been a crazy holiday weekend, but I wanted to drop this video because I know I've said it in a couple of videos. I know these words float around, and one of the best things you can do to help with your damage is these two words that you hear all the time is clipping and weaving. Weaving is one of the best things you can do when you're DPSing. It's gonna help increase that damage and help keep your uptime going. And clipping is something that you don't want to do because it will hurt your damage. And I thought I would post this video to kind of explain what they are, because I know people talk about it, but nobody really puts it into like an understanding or things that I've seen where people really understand what it is. So one of the things you want to do whenever you're DPSing, and of course I'm just going to use Monk, but in any DPS class, is that you want to focus a lot on making sure that you're hitting buttons consistently. With Savage content greater to come out, with you just wanting to improve as a monk or as a DPS class, one of the things you want to focus on is making sure that your uptime. Uptime means constantly hitting buttons throughout the fight. There's never a time that you're not really hitting buttons unless there's like a cutscene or a transition. You want to make sure you keep that up. And what weaving does is allow you to optimize that uptime. For instance, we're in here and we're doing our rotation, right? One of the things I need to figure out is, okay, I have these buttons here. I have buttons that are considered off global cooldowns, buttons that do not follow the global cooldown rotation. For Monk, that would be your Brotherhood, that would be your Rhythm of Fire, that would be your Perfect Balance. Those buttons are buttons, like for instance, you want to look for to weave into your abilities. Weaving means taking your off global cooldowns, your OGDC, OGDC buttons, and people call them OGDCs, and weaving them into your own global cooldowns, which is your OG OGC. Wait, GCD. Yeah, your global cooldowns. Yeah, your global cooldowns. And then, so making sure you don't weave them into your own global cooldowns. And one way to do that is that what happens is when you're doing a regular combo in your regular cooldown rotation, what you want to do is time it while these are on cooldown to input a off global cooldown. So that way you can continue to hit a button. We activate our rate of fire. We never stop pushing the button. If I want to go straight into perfect balance, I'm hitting it during my cooldown phase. I'm pushing my buttons. I'm always pushing the button. Even with these Brotherhood, I can activate here. And I'm looking for opportunities to put these off global cooldowns into my button combination where I don't stop. As you see, I'm weaving into my button Forbidden Chakra. And this is what they call weaving. This is what weaving is when you're applying your off global cooldowns into your global cooldown rotation without having to stop pushing buttons. If you look at my bar, I'm doing my abilities and I'm continuously using my off global cooldown buttons, right? So that is one way to just get better at doing your damage and really increasing that. And I wanted to make sure I explained what weaving was. Now, the opposite of weaving is clipping. The thing that's gonna hurt your damage is gonna really punish you in content if you're trying to get better, doing more damage, doing more oomph, right? Doing more yeah. You know, I don't even know what is yeah. I don't even know what that is. But clipping is something you don't want to do. And what clipping is when you're doing a global cooldown rotation and you're just vibing and then you hit your off global cooldown at a terrible time. Like right there, I had to wait to be able to do my next button. So like for instance, what if I use my chakra in my rotation? What if I used it near the end of my rotation? I used it here. See, it takes an extra second or 2 seconds for me to be able to get that ability off. What if I use my perfect balance here? I can't immediately do my buttons, right? Like it stalls the damage output that I could be doing because I am pushing a button at the wrong time. So what if I try to use my mantra here? I have to wait a second. It slows my damage down. It slows my ability down. And what happens with clipping is that, especially for Monk, and this is big for Monk, is that, and also other classes, but Monk, we play around two timers. We play around our discipline fist timer, and we play around our damage over time timer. And because of that, if you're constantly clipping and constantly running situations where you're delaying your attacks, it's going to throw off your timers and it's going to throw off your rotation in a way that it's going to start making it feel unnatural that you're having to try to add timers back in faster than you normally would. And clipping, just like doing positionals, it adds up. The more you clip, the the less damage you're gonna do, the more you're gonna get behind in your rotation, the more that your timers can essentially fall off. And I know a lot of people use these terminologies in Final Fantasy. So I wanted to share a video on that. If you're interested, I just started another channel. It's J Time 2. That's on that's right here on this channel. If you want to follow that, that's gonna have like my funny highlights from my streams or some information that I share during my streams. It'll be cool clips outside of just this information here. So if you think about following that, I will love that. That would be so cool. If you haven't came through my Twitch, follow me there. My Discord, I'm always there chatting. But I wanted to share this information to help you understand some terminologies that I didn't know coming to an MMO for the first time. So I hope this is helpful. I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions, always hit me up in the comments. If this is helpful, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will catch y'all in the next video. We got more videos that's gonna be pumping out. With the holidays, it's just been crazy. But we are back and we're about to get it rolling. So I hope to catch y'all in this video, and I'll talk to y'all later.